For we cannot influence your path, direction, choice.
What choice?
The prisoner has become the vanquisher. Offer a balm for your deed, but that would be interfering, and interfere we cannot.
Can you guys stop like projecting each of my ears, please?
And so it seemed, or perhaps what now? So, and yet perhaps the impossible, the system, though things be unclear, prisoner, that there is no.
A lot of verbal diarrhea. Literally, they're repeating the same two words again.
Your course of action will, and how are the, why the teas? You know how they fare.
Okay, developers, what is the point of sex appeal if you can't see anything in the first place? Does this get you off? See, one of the developers accidentally finally found a girl that actually liked them for once in their life, and they forced her to do voice acting, and within 6 months later, they just separated. Please.
Does your path come to be?
Oh my god!
And we do what you may have had your delicious yes and something isn't delicious and
okay, another repeating text. Okay, so where do I go? Do I put the hearts in you guys? Okay, no, but I'm just looking. I think I spent 10 minutes right now just trying to figure out where I need to go. Okay, where am I going right now? With the 3 hearts or whatever. Where do I need to go? Where do I take the 3 hearts? Oh my god, how hard is it to make a game? I was never lost in a Dark Souls game. I don't know how these developers did the impossible. Huh? I don't know. After they kill 3 bosses, they just go here. And they talk to the guy, and the guy proceeds the main quest. I thought that's what I need to do, no? Because every time I come back, did the game bug out? Okay, it's gonna be incredible if the game bugged out. Because they clearly don't want me to, like, you know, go around and defeat every single mini-boss as well, right? I don't kill every single mini-boss. The game was bugged out.
You have them. You have the hearts.
Yeah.
Give them to me. I will initiate the rift.
Stick them up your ass, man. No.
What is this? Give me the hearts.
No.
We cannot allow the deviation to continue. Daylight is burning. Hand over the hearts. The time has come.
Okay. I mean, I don't know why I can say no to you. I literally have no idea. Is there a reason? Are you like the bad guy or something? I like a weird shield pops up around him when I try to hit him. Daylight. See, in space there is daylight.
Give me the... We cannot...
I didn't even select anything there. Why is it automatically on no now? Remember, deal with it.
Prepare yourself. I do not know what is on the other side.
Your mom.
The first light of dawn is breaking. The deviation will be stopped. The prophecy will be fulfilled!
Are you the bad guy? That seems so random.
It's unnerving, this new quiet. You were unrelenting in your candor, your judgment on everything and everyone, spreading like the foul stench of disease.
What?
It ate at me, like broken glass against soft skin. What a relief to finally speak clearly.
Oh, you're him?
The beasts were not what they seemed. You see, they were your offspring. It was you who tore out a part of your heart to give life to the beasts. But they were not beasts at first. No. They were innocent children who loved and did no harm. they only became beasts after we Prime banished them to hold back the tide of prophecy. And I had you butcher them. No greater satisfaction have I had than watching you do my bidding. The prophecy will be fulfilled. And now, I must play my part.
What? Oh, I go inside with you? See? Don't use long-range weapons. Otherwise you might get punished. Wait, how would I not remember my own children? Oh, see, Alzheimer's. All these years of me joking about Alzheimer's, we finally have it. Yep, that's a hitbox, alright. Deal with it. Oh, look at the multi-orbs. See, also wall hacks. Oh, look at the refraction shaders. Wow, so cool, developers. Are you okay, old man? Welcome to the future, where we have children unlike you. Are you just jealous you couldn't have children by any chance? See, I can hit him with my weapons. See, he teleports off screen and then just one-shots me. Because God forbid there's a boss fight without a teleporter. That's the entire difficulty routine of the game. Old, slow walking man with giant sticks and teleportation devices. Also, see, I'm stuck inside the boss fight now. Oh no, see, he forgot Alzheimer's. We all forget. I talk to him every time so he remembers who I am. See, he tried to stab me there. See, what a baka idiot, this old man. Nice shot, instant. Remember, deal with it. This is game. Remember, deal with it. Wow, those orbs all of damage, man. Just saying, deal with it. Oh, infinite range! See, the ultimate warrior! But if I killed my children, and they're that powerful, and the whatever you wanted to stop, whatever, like, I still didn't understand that part. Were we trying to stop the prophecy? I mean, typical Swedes, they never like children, do they? Like, see, multi-orbs. But also, why would you assume you can take me on if I killed my most powerful children? What? Why would you assume that? Data slate. See, I got the data. See, this guy just came back. See? Deal with it.
To think that you vanquished the beasts laying siege to our hearts and minds. All the praise in the world is not sufficient. The Father, something about you seems familiar. Yet your actions are distant. Oh, what tales would have been told of your exploits, if only the cosmos were not to end.
What?
Tales, tales, tales. Who doesn't like a good tale? So odd you are. As if an otherworldly hand guides you. If only I had a hand to guide me.
Did one of the developers like actively die out of embarrassment for working on this game and they just wrote a whole bunch of verbal diarrhea? What's going on? See, he ran away. Do you think the old man got away and ran away? Are you gonna break the fourth wall now?
Oh, what tales would have been told of your exploits.
But also, what do you mean the galaxy's ending? That's not what you implied at any point inside the game, that the galaxy's ending, the cosmos is ending. What, another boss fight already? Oh, the stream! The stream. I hope the servers crash and die. Oh, the stream! It's all in the stream. We stream too hard. We're gonna pay with it with our lives. What, a giant treasure chest? No. There's still more to this game? See, now it's all purple. Somebody just died? I think there are more enemies. You know what this game reminds me of as well? See, you can shoot through rocks in space. Deal with it. See, deal with it. And now the homing is literally 1-to-1. And by the time you roll and do stuff, it's already hitting you. So in order to make the prophecy doesn't fulfill, because then where's the prophecy coming from? Yeah, buy strong box. But okay, where's the prophecy coming from then? How do you establish a prophecy if it's me with my children and my children became monsters, but you guys started it? But who made the prophecy? Did those stupid 3 bitches like lie? See, teleporting places now. See, big buff enemies. See, it's the big guys now, like the bigger version of... Yeah? What is this? Somebody died! Everybody... This map is so bad, people are falling over and dying. That's how bad this map is. He just tried to shoot over there when I wasn't even over there. Is that your back? Is that your front? Just shot everywhere! What am I looking at? I literally cannot tell what I'm looking at. Who are... Okay, I know you're the big shooty ice guys, but like... Oh my god, that's his head. But how did the prophecy even come into play in the first place if you guys didn't know how it was gonna be? They just decide to imprison me and like my... But okay, so I didn't create my children. I created my children out of my own heart. My heart were my children. See, Swedish philosophy. Just like Freud. Except like after like they took dad away. But then why did my kids start attacking me? If you notice something, I never attacked my kids. My kids start attacking me. Is it because they lost themselves? Man, talk about janky lore that doesn't even make any sense. Is this assholes again? At least I can one-shot them now, thank fucking Christ, man. Where is he? My god. I knew they're gonna do a little damage. Not that it matters. By the way, do I need to unlock you guys? This location cannot be unlocked. Okay, so I'm locked in this area. Very likely, if I defeat the boss, I need to go into New Game Plus, right? I can't go back. So any doors I missed, meh, whatever, what can we do? Because, you know, people are stupid nowadays. Even though in Dark Souls 2, you could travel outside. See, the little drones are like, we're working! Even in the far future of space, when the entire world has fallen apart, whatever this is, apparently the cosmos fell up. Apparently the cosmos is falling apart, even though that's not at all what I understood this as. But who am I to say no to you? Developers, who am I? Hopefully when your girlfriend said no, you listened to her, right? Was the statue embarrassed? What? Wait, don't mind me, I'm shy! Imagine if you have a column that's shy. Somebody puts a column in their house. This is a support column. And then the column one day, I'm shy, I can't do this anymore. The house falls apart. What is this? No, what's going on? Okay, okay, I swear I'm having a fever dream. I swear it's like the developers. You know, they wanted everything out of the game. They wanted the Matrix. They wanted like Tron. See more lore. The void between the stars attracted all manners of things from the mortal realms. The only thing missing is life. What do you mean? If you attract things from a different world, what are you talking about? What a disaster of a game. The ending section so far has been like a fever dream. The Tron, the Matrixes, I think they tried to break the fourth wall at one point, something like that. What? I guess thank you for saving me by teleporting twice? How do you do this area without a sniper rifle? I have no idea. It's like the developers knew players would eventually find out the sniper rifle is the best weapon, it's the only functional one, and they're gonna abuse it. So now the entire levels are designed with that in mind. Can I get this from here? No, you can't. See, that one piece of rock. Somebody actually went in and optimized that piece of rock to be useless. Why is it so hard to climb up here, huh? Dark Souls 9. Where am I? Ow, my ears. What is this rotation, man? See, Junjito will be very proud of the snail mail. See a cold patch. Just random low tier items at the end. Oh my god. Yeah, we done? Yeah, we done rotating? Oh my god, thank you. Hold on. You know, at least one guy actually noticed that maybe change the color on these so it's not piss yellow. So the player doesn't get confused. See, they actually cared. That one Swedish person actually cared about this game. The rest of the studio couldn't be bothered. They're too busy hiring twinks every other Friday. To belly dance, you know, for morale. For the rest of the studio, morale. Do I go down there? Where am I going? See, they gave me hope. False hope. The hope was very false. You know, I always say this, if there's one thing Dark Souls 2 was missing, my favorite part in Dark Souls 2 that we're missing was the freaking, like literally at the last boss area, you know? You having entire level to do. I love that part. That's exactly what Dark Souls 2 was missing. Every time you run over to Nashandra, you have to kill a whole bunch of guys. I always said that, honestly. Dark Souls 2 was missing so much more grindy content at the end. Also, not this shit again, man. Not this shit. I hate this game so much. They always do the same mistakes. Near the end, they put more content. The game is already over. Let it go. You know, I harshed the other game, Dark Light, way too harshly. Dark Light might have been easy, but, you know, at least it didn't do that with the final boss fights. It didn't grind out the last level. Man, go and grind on your mom. See, the common shiv all the way from the final area. See all the data. Wow, it's being hacked. And he missed at point blank. I have no idea why. Even the enemies have a hard time hitting me. Lost your head, bitch. Any other data is gonna get deleted. See, we're in the stream. The stream is losing its data. Like an OnlyFans streamer losing her data. Dropping the bits and the bots. Ah! How do you notice me? Not notice me, man. I thought you noticed me, no? See, the Rick and Morty portals. Are those the Rick and Morty portals? They look so much like the Rick and Morty portals! Okay, is this game original in any way? Oh my god, I mean Rick and Morty, you know, it really didn't age well if you think about it. People always get mad when I point out Rick and Morty didn't age well. Like 90% of the jokes in the first couple of seasons were basically child abuse jokes. Like literally, if you pay attention. And then, you know, like some weird jokes halfway through the other seasons. Until we start getting to the later seasons. See, the stream is getting deleted. I wish this game was deleted from the internet, but we can't have everything out of life, man. I literally have no idea. Never mind. I have literally no idea what I'll do. Oh, they have a mount in the face, these guys. It's a helmet, that thing. I thought those were like their entire face. I literally have no idea what I'll do in this game if I didn't have the sniper rifle. It seems impossible to do it without the sniper rifle. What? Take it easy, man. Holy shit. It's like I really offended you or something. Can you stop doing that? I love that they essentially recycled that other level. Okay, I have no idea what to do here because once these guys are doing what they're doing, I can't do anything. Oh, see, power heal, see? Yeah? That attack doesn't have iframes. Sorry, the dodge with that attack doesn't have iframes. That attack is so shit. Deal with it. Remember, deal with it. You literally cannot determine where the rockets are going because they shoot all over the place. Where are you shooting from, you goddamn tiny dicked energy motherfucker? Who can accidentally date their own sister in the dating pool? Where are you? Oh my god, I can't reach them from here. Oh, see, a shortcut. Man, shut the fuck up and eat my shortcut up your ass. Remember, deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with the shitty content that game has to offer. Deal with it. Oh my god, not enough stamina, not enough this, not enough that. Where is the exit? Yo! I'm so done with this game. I love it how it's always shitty games that have so much content, you know? Good games, always short. Good games, always short. Bad games, they always outstay their welcome. Because nobody in this development team ever told them, like, stop. Like, enough is enough, you know? Like, no is no. Yeah, see, things are disappearing. It's gameplay, it's random. Just like their Perkele, it's random. No, Perkele, I think, is Finnish, right? I don't know, I'm confusing, I think, Finland with Sweden. Eh, potato. Okay, why is the gate so easy here? What's the catch? Why was it, like, so clean, the area? Oh, look, there's animation! Oh, the core of the stream! Oh, the stream, the 10th realm, the 10th one. Remember what happened to the other ones? Wasn't there like 7? They said 7. I think at the start of the game. What happened to 8 and 9? Yeah, I can't unlock this, see? Okay, what's the... Okay, never mind. Well, toughness, I guess. See, level 100 exactly! See, I planned for this. I exactly planned for this. No advanced components, okay. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Can it be? A rift, but not of my doing. A visitor from the other side? Come, witness the beauty of creation.
Do you guys run out of money and just use text-to-speech? What the fuck? Also, who am I gonna fight? The beauty of creation. Creation up my ass, the beauty, man. Oh, see, final piece of lore. What could it ever be? Thanks for the Oscars. Nylon was the way there when his father's sentence of Katal was enforced. Glad to see the betrayer removed from his home. Yet Katal blamed the son of Nara for his children's exile, and thus Nylon became the primary target for Katal something. Okay. I need to still run towards whatever the boss is. Oh my god, it's still like a random area. I thought I'm directly at the boss. See, the shittiest enemy in the entire game is here. Deal with it. The shittiest enemies are here before the final boss. Oh my god. Unbelievable. By the way, what is this? What is this? Why is there this in the middle of the road just to stop people from driving their cars? You know the car stoppers, the things that you have like at... So they stop the car. But why are we still having a level? Imagine if in Dark Souls 3, if you fight the Soul of Cinder, like they still level. You know that this game had like 3 fake endings. Please, just like. Yep, that's not a hitbox. You're right. My bad for not knowing how to aim in the game. Oh, look at the screen space reflections. Wow, they didn't even try, man. But force damage? Like this entire game, force brain damage? A looming presence that echoes in the hollow hearts of men, a sense of pride disjointed from reality, the power to change the cosmos for better or worse. Thank you for that. Wow, look how tanky they are! See all skill. See? He's burning himself. I mean... The fire guy is not immune to fire. I know usually it's funny when an enemy that is not immune to its own element. But you know, usually it makes sense. Like, you know, a human character that might be immune to I don't know, like ice or fire or bleed, maybe something like that. You know, that makes sense. That's like saying just because people can use guns doesn't mean they're immune to guns, you know? I understand that, but in this game it's a fully armored up guy against fire shooting fire and he takes damage from fire, you know? That's like a whole different ordeal now. Lazy, lazy, lazy developers, deal with it, you're very lazy. No, seriously, deal with it, you're very lazy. You're lazy. See, he can't fly because he lost his hands. Throw down hands, angel boy. Oh, the Warden Skull! Wow, so cool. So, are we done with the game still? Or are we still going? Oh my god, we're still going. Holy shit. Smooth and pristine, the rock reminder of the infancy of Cosmos. Okay, good for Cosmos. How's Cosmo doing? See, it's a fairly old parents joke. See, I got a test exam. I did well in it. Technical aptitude. Who invited your little dick energy here, man? Oh my god, just fuck off. Another one? What are you, DJ Khaled? What are you doing? No, seriously, what are you doing? What? Deal with it! Bad gameplay, deal with it! Bad ambient occlusion, deal with it. Bad space screen reflections, deal with it. Weird, like, ooh, you know, look space sci-fi, deal with it. A lord that tries to be everything at the end, deal with it. What is this, Ebola? I'm not dead. Like seriously, how were these guys pass during quality testing? Again, I can guarantee 100% the people tested the game, they just used a sniper rifle. And they thought they were hot shit. They saw all those speedrunners and streamers, you know, play the game and do challenge runs and were like, how do we counter every single challenge run?
The annoying scrabble of rotting hands has fallen silent.
Like the developers?
They were unwelcome visitors, clinging to the matter needed to create my stage.
Okay. And? What can I do about that? Oh my god, this game doesn't end. Thank you for the seat. So you like rebuilding the cosmos in your own image, wherever it is right now? But then my question is, why are you just making chairs all over the place? See, it's just making chairs and squares and geometrical shapes. The perfect universe at the start was a bunch of cubes. Just like 3D modeling, see? What a joke. See, he died. Good save point. See? Wow, okay, so basically once you go into the final... This is even worse than Dark Souls. Once you're in the final area, you can't even go out. What stupidity is this? This is so stupid, honestly. I've never seen so stupid human beings in my life. They're so incompetent. Their own parents cannot afford to love them. They're too expensive to love. What is this? Deal with it, bad hitboxes. Deal with it, bad graphics. Deal with it, deal with it, deal with it. It all sucks, you gotta deal with it. These guys are just spawning in the afterworld. See? They're remaking the cosmos in the image of assholes. Do you mean in the beginning of everything there were these guys still? Man, the lore doesn't make any lick of sense. How long is this level? Oh my god, this level is longer than an hour. It's more than an hour long. This final section is by itself is longer than 1 hour. Imagine if in Lord of the Rings, when Sam is kissing Yoda. Sorry, not Yoda. You know the two main characters. Imagine when they're kissing each other. There's like 1 hour of them kissing. Well, I mean, they don't kiss, but you know, imagine if Gandalf joins. This game is 1 hour of that. This game is literally like 1 hour of just this. Also, I need to keep on healing now because all the enemies blend into the environment. See, snipers. Okay, please tell me this is the end. Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay, what is going on? Is my copy of the game broken? Remember that old joke, my copy of the game is broken? I mean, back then it made sense because a lot of people didn't patch the game. You couldn't patch the game on 56k. You know, on telephone, when mom picked up the telephone, what could you fucking patch, man? Boss?
You have a strange face, but it matters not.
Fuck you!
Clearly, you are not here to bring good tidings.
Fuck you! Who the fuck do you think you're talking? Oh, see, floating circular trees! See life from tree stems. Fuck you, man! What about my face? Huh? What about my face? Fuck you. Just because I look like I have sideburns, man. Fuck you. Your face is ugly too, motherfucker. What? Nailon, is that you? Okay. So, what's your deal?
Aras was always the idealist. True to his faith, he yearned to fulfill the prophecy. It makes sense that he used you. Impressive, but futile. There is no stopping my creation. There will be no room for the old world in the new. Paradise will finally be achieved. I will fulfill the prophecy, in my image. Come and witness this.
Oh, ow, ow, my ears, ow! Also, your world consists of cubes? It seems like a boring world, no? Also, why do you create those assholes again? Why do you look so wrong? Nyla! Why? Why do you look so wrong, man? Why do you look so wrong? That's his ultimate life form. This is the ultimate life form, a fucking bunch of polygons and mathematical equations. Oh, look, he's firing his blue orbs at me. And like his piss yellow orbs. How is that not a headshot, man? Shut the fuck up and eat my tiny ass dick. Okay, what's going on? What's going on, man? Shut the fuck up, Nylon. Ah! The nylons! I'm sorry, are the nylons shooting each other? Oh! What the? It's like the Transformers, except the developers got lazy, like literally as lazy as... I think they couldn't even get lazier if they tried. I think somebody made the actual model and the other guy was like, hey, could you get any lazier, Sven? And the other guy was like, yeah, Vigo, I can get a lot lazier actually. Let me just delete 90% of the model. His arms! They just get me, man! Oh, see, the neutrino bomb! What do I do with the neutrino bomb, man? Hold on, I'm getting neutrino-sized. What do you do? Hold on, he can't compute his mathematical equation. Shut shapes. This is your perfect world? Nice ass. In a perfect world, you also don't have genitals.
Do you not see?
Why do you?
I was trying to usher in a better world.
And you will. However, not as you had hoped. What brazen arrogance to think abandoning me in that cell would make you all safe. You were all sadly mistaken. Being in that cold, that darkness, revealed the truth. We were trapped. Prophecy. A cruel charade. Creation. Existence. Destruction. Over and over and over again. Always destined to be either rulers or slaves. And no more. In that torturous, repeating cycle, I began, ever so slightly, to become aware of this twisted destiny of ours. And you, Nailon. Well, the blade I pierced you with carried a poison.
What?
It planted just enough doubt and motivation for you to distract everyone with this pedestrian display of yours. And now, here we are. The prophecy will come true. This universe will be destroyed. But not like Paras wished, nor how the oracles foresaw. You see, the oracles can only predict the actions of beings from this universe. They cannot foretell the actions of beings from another. Therefore, I allowed myself to be controlled by such a being for this purpose. You were all but cogs in my plot.
Wait.
Including you. Whoever. Whatever you are.
What?
And like them, you are no longer of use.
What the fuck? Wow, did something get fired in the studio while writing Robin Flodin? Yeah, I can believe it was made by Flodin. They definitely flowed in some ideas. What a complete nonsense ending. What was that rush? They just rushed the ending and just put everything inside. What the? Deal with it, see? The writing is too smart to even make sense. Yeah, tier 3 writers for this game. Yeah, I can tell. 3 writers, huh? About the same quality as your average writer. Are they working on a Netflix show nowadays? I don't even know what to say. Freelance writers. See, a random writer they put inside the studio. Sold out. Yeah, this game definitely sold out. So I was the guy the entire time. So... But my children were doing an excellent job destroying the universe, so like... But also gonna destroy the entire universe, no, not a galaxy. And apparently... See, fourth wall breaking, I was controlling in this entire time. Thank you for playing. See, not even capitalizing with a subtext title over there. Continue playing in the current world on New Game Plus. What happened if I just play continue? Like, can I go into New Game Plus now if I want to or no? But also, what do you mean I put doubt inside the guy? With a poison blade. Also, why would you possess the avatar? Is this how you're supposed to die? Do you have any new information now for me?
Oh, what tales would have been told of your exploits.
My god, this is all so random and rushed. See, the seers, the ladies who see stuff in the future, they can't see stuff of other people from other universe. Like, completely rushed point, but whatever. I don't know how this guy discovered any of this while in prison, by the way, for like over millions of years, apparently. But yeah, all this happened. See, we should have known that all this time. See, foreshadowing. Oh, you can do it here. No unique weapons at the end of it. They don't even reward you if you defeat the final boss. Wow. Can I, like, for example, go over there? See, the stream is the sun. That's where I'm going. What? Sea of the Scars, I have no idea. I think that's DLC, maybe. I'm not sure. Okay. Well, what can I... G to the G! Thank you so much for that, developers. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The game took about 17 hours, give or take. Immortal Unchained. I definitely got Unchained, I'll say that much. See, the evil guy at the end is progressive. He changes to any gender and you customize it. because that's what I want to do apparently. I feel like the developers just wanted to like explain why you did everything that you did. They didn't find a place to do it, so they just rushed it at the end with one exposition. But they couldn't even say that. They had to make a different character for it. Okay. Well, G to the G. Well, nothing much to see for me right now with this game. I'll say that much. Is there a lot to say about this game? There's also a lot to say about this game, but I don't feel like saying it because this game is just bad, and I'm pretty sure the developers are just brain damaged because they'll never like accept that the game is bad. You know what I mean? They'll never accept that because of their attitude. Like, lol, deal with it. It's kind of cringe and in a bad way because, you know, if you make the game hard, not hard. This game has definitely no heart. I'll say that much. If you make the game hard, then you need to accept the fact that you're not making a good game at the end of the day. If you just make it hard for the sake of being hard, and then you're making fun of the player. But anyways, Immortal, my Immortal, it's a game engine. I don't know which game engine this is, but whichever one it is, it runs very badly. By the way, there's the album if you want. So how big was the game? Let's see. The game was a whopping 30 gigabytes. If we just take the bundles, it's 30. The game is huge, and I don't know how to open it, so I can't check the files. There's no way for me to check the files, definitely, I'll say that much. Maybe I can... Autodesk! What do you mean Autodesk? Immortal Unchained Autodesk... Wait a second! Is this the Stingray engine? No, wait, hold on. No! I think it's a Stingray engine. But that's a bad game engine because it got abandoned. Right? I remember it being abandoned. Because the thing is, it was called BitSquid. It was a very unpopular engine. Like, it isn't that good. It's honestly, like, terrible. It's actually a terrible engine. Oh, it's a game engine made in Sweden. See, Swedes stick with each other. Typical Swedish. Yeah, I remember this game engine. It was Stingray Autodesk. Yeah, it's not available as early as 2018. Yeah, this is something that this Autodesk always does, this company that creates all the 3D software. They're a terrible company. They buy good software and then they kill them off. The thing is, the Stingray engine, maybe it was too early or something, but it was not a good game engine because it had this problem where it was Lua scripting. You couldn't script in C++. Like, you couldn't use any other language to script with it. Many people swear by this, that's fine, but the thing is, usually with other game engines, there's another scripting language that you can call. There are different ways to do it, whatever. But here's the problem with this engine, if I recall correctly. A, it was only available on Windows, so if you make a Linux or a Mac port, like here it says, you just can create a port. You can't actually, like create the test bundle or like even the software itself. You can't test it on those environments. You can't test it on those. So already you're very locked in, like you're locked only to Windows. You can't test anything else. You have to like compile the game. If there's a problem on Android, on iOS, on Apple, whatever, you're pretty much fucked. Good luck going back and debugging the issue and finding out why it's not working. First of all, A. And B, it only had the Lua scripting language. This thing was so bad at one point that basically, in order to bypass this issue, because, you know, typical Swedes, they can't be bothered doing anything with their lives, the only thing they could do was basically the Lua script calls in a file to do the, to do the C++ coding. It had to call a file. Basically, it's like basically you use this to call a file, and that file, translates the other thing into the other thing. It was a mess. And yeah, it died off. I remember that it died off. Yeah, it died like 3 years later. They basically killed like the thing is with this game engine, what people tend to forget with BitSquid, and it's called Stingray, of course, later. People forget this. You kind of need to do everything by yourself. And of course, it doesn't support this. It doesn't support C++. I don't know where this is saying why it supported this, C++. It didn't. This game engine specifically used a Lua to call in C++. It was really, really bad. I think only some developers made their own, they revamped the toolkit. I think that's what happened. Because by default it was terrible. And if I'm not mistaken, if I recall correctly, Autodesk made this bullshit where you need to buy, like not only you purchase the Stingray license and then you reuse it and whatever, and also these limitations. Continue technical support until the Stingray subscription contract. No more fixes and releases. Okay. So anybody who has that, it's already on contract. That's it. That's the limit. But there was something else. Autodesk, like specifically this company did. Apparently in order to get the C++ support, like an actual support, not the Lua translation, you need to pay extra money for it. And by the way, this was like right when, you know, the Unreal Engine, the Unity Engine were coming out and people were building around it. So when did this game come out then? Let me see which game used this. A Game of Dwarves? Bloodsport. Really, it uses Stingray. Cobalt? What's Cobalt? Another Stingray game. Redlands, Escape Dead Island. Why are all these Swedish developers using this game engine just because it belongs to their country? Immortal Unchained. 2018? Wait a second. What? This game came out almost like 2 years later? After Dark Souls 3? Okay, how long were they working on this game? Immortal Unchained. When would they have started working on this game? Like maybe interviews and stuff? I'd like to see an interview. Okay, when would have Toadman Interactive been created, for example? Enad Global 7, formerly known as Toadman Interactive. Okay, so apparently this game was so bad, it tanked them, and they had to change their name. It's a company in Stockholm, Toadman Interactive. The company began fully developing games in 2017. 2017? Are you sure? Okay. Then they got bought out and stuff like this because it's a stupid studio. Background, okay, 2013. They began, this person, see the CEO, they're telling the background story of the CEO and he's serving the Swedish military army. I feel very sorry for the army. He began developing games at the age of 11. Okay, so he also made the Dwarfs game in 2011. Okay, when would they have started on this? Okay, so almost every single game is by them. Public Company, Berlin, yada yada yada, Immortal Unchained. Okay, my dudes, okay. So you're gonna tell me this game had literally less than 2 years of development. Is that what you're gonna tell me? Because I really doubt that. That might explain the quality of the game if it had literally less than 2 years of development. Yeah, actually, like almost, like barely 2 years if you think about it. Okay, so apparently I played this game before Dark Souls 3. Okay, very interesting. So what other games? Kill Zombies, Crater. Apparently all these studios are under this. See, Swedes can only work with Swedish game engines, apparently. Helldivers 2? No way. No way! Oh my god, Helldivers is the Stingray engine? No way. Arrowhead Game Studios, are you guys part of like they're Swedish? Does every single Swedish game developer only work with the Stingray engine? What the fuck is going on? Is the game good, Helldivers 2, in terms of performance? I don't know. Okay, so apparently Helldivers 1 and Helldivers 2, they use this game engine. So I'm gonna guess Arrowhead Game Studio is like literally one of the very few studios that's actually like tooling it, right? Like they're actually using this game engine properly. Because this game engine is completely dead at this point. So they made this their game engine. It's kind of like Bethesda with the Gamebryo engine. Like old ways from the Morrowind days. It pretty much became a Bethesda game at that point. Sorry, engine. The Vikings, War of the Vikings, War of the Roses, Vermintide. Vermintide uses this game engine. No, but I remember I heard problems with these games. Vermintide, Vermintide 2, and Darktide, I remember I heard like it has performance issues. So maybe Helldivers also has performance issues, or maybe they scaled back, I don't know. But so far, most of the game engines that I can recognize, including Immortal Unchained, honestly the performance is terrible. Because honestly, I don't like the Stingray engine, it was really bad, honestly, all things considered. But also it's like dead at this point. It's been 5 years past, so good luck to the Helldivers developers. I hope they keep their employees. Because if a single employee leaves the studio that knows how to use the game engine, the game is pretty much dead at that point, right? That's what I'm gonna assume. Anyways, Immortal Unchained, a game that came out after Dark Souls 3 and apparently had less than 2 years of development because they wanted to rush making a Souls-like game. Toadman Interactive, they're making other games. Let's look. This is all them. Just remember that they're part of another like organization of teams. What is Evil? Luchador Evil. Block and Load. Stormbreaker. 21 reviews. Nobody cared. Bloodsport TV. Yeah. Evil. A new game they made recently. Oh, it's a co-op shooter game. Well, of course, exactly what we need in 2024. A little bit late to that, don't you think? Okay, anyways. Immortal Unchained, unleashed and unforgiving, can you rise to the challenge? Immortal Unchained is the latest addition to the genre of the ultra-hardcore action RPGs. Take the role of a living weapon, literally I guess, even though you're not a weapon, you're the weakest thing ever. Okay, but here's the thing, if I'm the strongest being in the world and that contain me, why am I so weak? You see, developers, you can't simply make lore however you like. Unleash to stop the sources of a cataclysmic event threatening to end all worlds, and yet I do it. All reviews mixed at 65%. I completely disagree. This game should be a 4 out of 10 at best, because honestly, it doesn't even try. It released like 2 years after Dark Souls 3, so my bad. This game literally copies everything from every single game, and it doesn't even try. It copies from Dead Space. It copies from Dark Souls 1. It copies from Dark Souls 2. It copies from Dark Souls 3. And oh my god, it doesn't even try. I don't even know what to say. This game doesn't try. I know it had like maybe 2 years of development, but honestly, I think it should be more like 3. I can't give that benefit of the doubt. Also, the customization is completely pointless. I don't know why they added it to the game. Also, I like how when the guy transforms, it still has the brow on. Okay, man. Okay. Anyways, how much does the game cost? Let's see. The game costs 12 Canadian dollars. That's about 10 American dollars, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think so expensive for 10 American dollars. As for the bundle, it costs about 20 American dollars. With a 12% discount. It's too much, honestly. The soundtrack is free, so you can get the soundtrack for free. Okay, but what's all this? Oh, the cosmetics are DLC? I'm sorry, the 2 extra colors are DLC? Like, you need to buy them? How much? Are they not free? What does the Prime spec give? Why is it so expensive? I'm sorry. The 2 overpowered weapons at the start. I thought they're like default guns. The game starts you off with 2 overpowered weapons, and it's part of the DLC. In order to get the silver color. In order to get the... Wait, is this silver color or what? Yeah, in order to color your skin silver, like an idiot, because you're not worthy of gold, you need to buy the overpowered weapons that they give you at the start. This means every single weapon in the game is shit. Remember, deal with it, buy power. Remember Dark Souls, how you bought power in the game? Remember that? I love that part in Dark Souls. When the DLC you bought power, they just immediately spawn you with an overpowered 2-handed weapon and you one-shot everybody. I just love that. So, about 3 American dollars for a skin color, like golden skin color. About 6 or maybe 5 American dollars for this here, to buy overpowered stuff. The soundtrack is free, see, what privilege. And then 10 Canadian dollars for Stormbreaker. So Stormbreaker was the DLC, which I did ask, it felt very weird, very out of place. Also enemies were very tanky. And mixed reviews, so you see, this is the actual quality of the game. It's like 40% because these are the people that came back and bought the DLC, only 21, and they regretted it. Okay, what do people say? By the way, discount 50%. I just want to say this. This game is not good enough to only receive 50% discount. Did it ever receive like lower discounts? Let me check. Like almost a decade later. Almost 10 years later, this game only receives 50% discounts. The developers think their game is that good at $5. This game should be $5 by base. It should not be costing about $10. You can shut the fuck up, honestly. Let's look, what about the DLC? New enemies, new bosses, a brand new weapon. See, a brand new weapon, you get new weapons. See, weapons. See, you shoot things. Eventually you kill them. See, the lightning gun. See, it's so cool. Okay. Negative reviews for the DLC. Kurdoy Jones, who doesn't have any taste, says, absolutely love the base game. Please explain to me why, but okay, I'll get someone and find out. I have all the achievements and I regret nothing, but this DLC, well, maybe you should regret your life. But this is the most cancerous thing I've ever played. Yep, use the word cancerous just like that. There isn't like a million other words you could use, but okay, whatever. I went to my New Game Plus, thank you Windows for the update. I went to my New Game Plus character, level 175. The enemies are the worst design imaginable. Some are completely invincible, except for a brief moment when they spit more enemies. So like the base game. Because if you don't delete the enemies in the base game, they also do that. They added small crawling crabs that can kill in 2 hits with a 30-foot leap attack. There's enemies with shields blocking their crit spots that are invincible on the rest of their bodies. Most enemies are immune to energy damage. So what is energy damage? Is it not neutral? I thought it was neutral. Does this mean physical damage is the best? Because you can either hit enemies for low damage or go on their weak spots. Is that what you mean? Which means every single energy type is useless, like damage type. They're completely useless. So I don't know why they operate. So I have no idea the game even has like different energy types, but okay. The energy type is the primary damage type of most legendary weapons. Well, that doesn't matter because legendary weapons actually suck. They do less damage than the lower rank weapons when you fully level them up, so... They added small teleporting enemies that take 2 full clips of level 7 Chainbreaker rounds. Yeah, because the weapons are bad. Cadre, whatever your name is, Cordon Bleu. All the weapons suck in the game. The assault rifles don't even qualify as weapons compared to the shotguns and sniper rifles, so I don't know what you're complaining about. This is all part of the base game. I think you kind of forgot. You played the game and you forgot how to play the game. The boss is some of the worst designs I've ever seen. The first boss knocked me flat with every attack and attacked so fast you're never able to get back up. Again, this is part of the base game. Literally, there are enemies that knock you down and keep you on hitting you or one-shotting you. So again, you're complaining about nothing. Like, this is all part of the base game. They didn't, like, reinvent the wheel. The room is all of the 20 foot by 20 foot, and it spans taking up 3/4 of the room. Like most of the boss fights. Do you forget the Queen boss fight? And the big Titan boss fight? Like, are you stupid or what's going on here? The entire grenade launcher shot seem to phase through the right side of the body and the attack occasionally hit whether you dodge or not. Again, that's base game. You know? Like, so many times I'll hit people and the grenade launchers are useless, so what are you talking about? There's one NPC quest line that doesn't actually involve anything aside from talking in each area you find her. It's basically not a quest at all. Like the base game! In the base game, I literally talk to NPCs only. There's no quest with them. What are you talking about? The only thing this DLC does right is the environment. Okay, see? Always listen to Steam reviewers because they're stupid and they don't know what they're talking about. What do you mean the environment is done right? You can say that about the base game as well, but also here I'm seeing gray on top of gray, so they didn't do anything right, so shut the fuck up, your opinion is invalid. The design of the base and the dead bodies find makes the world seem like it could be real. So you're just a gore fetishist. The battlefield was a good change, and the shipwreck was just dark enough to be kind of creepy, which is a change for this game. What do you mean? The game is very dark already, you can barely see anything unless you increase the brightness. Overall, only buy this if you love the base game as much as I did. Besides, don't waste your time in mental health. Like your parents said about you. The absolutely terrible DLC. Enemies are even more obnoxious than usual, and the whole experience is nothing but a short play. It's not that hard, it's just irritating. Enemies silently spawning behind you to kill in 2 hits. Again, that's part of the base game. This is nothing new. Literally, if you go through a different shortcut, like if you go through a shortcut from the backside, like you shouldn't, enemies will spawn behind you because the game has the spawn pointers in the wrong places. Okay? Enemies will spawn behind you if you go backwards through the level. But okay, what the fuck do I know apparently about games? Enemies with shield take 5 grenade launcher shots to stagger them to spam you down instantly with an LMG. Again, this doesn't mean anything. Literally the sniper rifle guys the sniper rifle guys in those long corridors, the long cold ones, like every other level. They took grenade launcher, like 3 of them in the face to go down. So I don't know what this means, because it's the same. And then they one-shot with the LMG. The base game was annoying, but DLC takes it to a new level. So what you're saying is this DLC is just the same, but worse. Rickster says, I found the DLC very challenging. Stonebreaker is a very extensive add-on. It's almost a full game in itself. I can say without hesitation it's worth the addition to Immortal Unchained. We got more DLC for this game about several years later. Pros, beautiful, decent new areas, decent size. New legendary weapons. New sniper is the strongest one in the game. Does it matter? Because unless the sniper rifle is doing like 1000 more damage than already at the other one in the base game, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm just saying, the legendary weapons are not that good compared to the base ones. Harder boss fights that you can one-shot, I'm pretty sure. Cons. With some new lore and new guns, it's just little for a DLC. This person is like the DLC is large, this person is like the DLC is small. Okay, whatever. Not even new armor shrines. It needed more. You compare to base game where you get showed in those. If you play an endgame after main mission finish, it doesn't take too long. 2-3 hours maybe with a solid build. What is a solid build? Shotgun and sniper rifles, the only build in the entire game? Still has performance issues! And that's why it's good, right? The optional boss garden and its tiny arena are cancer. See, don't you love it how people... Like, what is wrong with this community using the word cancer left and right? Are you guys also cancer by any chance? Overall, if you want a bit more chain gameplay and some interesting new enemies, lore and guns, it's worth the money. I just wish the game got more content, fleshed out DLC. Despite the fact that I regard the base game as quite good. Why? I have no idea. This is a huge letdown. Irritating shield enemies. The DLC really doesn't have guns. Good expansion, I like it. Happy to see new content for this game. Okay, Anime Girl says, DLC enemies are just a chore and obviously designed to be difficult for being annoying. Just copy and pasting another review because it actually says that the enemies are the worst design imaginable, some are completely invincible except for a brief moment when they spit more enemies. I like how all these reviews are like, hey, the base game was good. What was good about the base game? Please tell me. Anyways, yeah, you can get the DLC with overpowered weapons at the start to make the game very easy until you get a sniper rifle, and then you start one-shotting the enemies, and you get a shotgun, and you start one-shotting the enemies as well. That's the only gameplay element. I don't see any other way to play this game, especially with the tree boss. The tree boss is honestly unbearable, but okay, whatever. Anyways, apparently Stormbreaker for 10 Canadian dollars. I don't know how many American. And everything, the entire bundle is like 20 Canadian dollars. It's also too expensive. For a game like this, it's too expensive. This game should be 10 by default. Sorry, not 10 by default. It should be going constantly on discount. Like more, like it should be going 75% as well. All the way to 90. I don't know what this game is trying to do, but it's trying to do something definitely stupid. But let's see. 63 on Metacritic, I won't say it's too high. Key features. Exploring Fantasy World. The story is written by a narrative team including Annie Toole, The Witcher, Adrian Vicini, The Killzone, and Battlefield. Who are you? And Toole. They wrote... What's your quality of writing? Let's see. They wrote these games. Apparently the single person wrote The Witcher. Okay, remember, the single person wrote Forspoken. They wrote Horizon Forbidden West. They wrote Other Side. They wrote Ghost of Tsushima. They wrote Days Gone. They wrote Immortal Unchained. All by themselves, just remember that, okay? Not with the entire team. All just by themselves, okay? Just remember that. This person did all the job by themselves, especially The Witcher. A game which had, I'm pretty sure, many writers and the book. Okay, remember, they struggle without a book to help them. What about Adriana Vicini? Adriana Vicini wrote Crossfire Legion, and then they stopped. In 2022, they gave up, I guess. Dungeon Dragon, Dark Alliance, Immortal Unchained, Far Cry, Battlefield, Homeworld, Star Wars, Need for Speed, Rise of Rome, Killzone, and Battlefield. I mean, I don't know what story they wrote for Battlefield. What the fuck, what kind of story did Battlefield need? And apparently Crisis 3. I mean, a narrative team including these people. I like to imagine this person wrote one line, and this person wrote one line, and they're part of the team with the other Swedes that wrote nothing. Tactical and personal action, a combination of ruthless gunplay and vicious melee combat. Annihilate legendary boss and godlike clashes that'll be remembered for eternity. By that we mean just stand around shooting them with your powered shotgun until they die, and that's it. Undying but unforgiving. Undying but unforgiving. I have no idea what these words are, just random Swedish words. Death is not the end, but the pain is very real as you struggle to redeem your mistakes. Developers, can you stop having your little cousins write story in the game, please? Like seriously, please just stop. Delve into the vast possibilities of builds and weapon choices that don't work, except shotguns and the sniper rifles. Find your own playstyle that is gonna suck, and some bosses don't take damage from certain weapons. Just remember that. So I wanna check something, updates. When they stop updating the game. You can get the Razor gun. See, if you go to Razor and you link to it, which doesn't work now. Remember, get an overpowered gun with Razor, okay? Cool beans. Available in simplified Chinese in 2019. Patch notes all the way in 2019. Added the true form item that'll be received after completing the game. True form. What is true form item? I don't know, but I didn't get any new weapons. Fix the bug when the game crashed. Fix this. Fix a bug, fix a bug, fix a bug, fix the bug, fix the bug. Bugs, bugs, bugs. Stormbreaker patch. Bugs, 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 bugs. Stormbreaker. It took them about a year to bring it out. For an entire year, they worked on the patch. Sorry, not a patch, the DLC. Yeah, by the way, I just wanna... So it took them about a year, not even a year, like a couple of months to release a new, like fight. Tutorial fight. Remember the tutorial fight? The very first tutorial fight was you inside the room with this boss. Except now they just changed the arena. I have no idea why. Like, I literally have no idea why they changed this tutorial. But they did. Okay, they did that. But here's the thing. This boss fight, this area can actually soft lock you. You basically need to kill yourself in order to get out of here. And if you don't have any teleporters, you also soft lock. So they created a boss area about 6 months later where you can get soft locked. I have no idea why. Yeah, well, we can look at the reviews because I'm pretty sure there's nothing to see. A discussion, I mean, what can we look at the discussion? LOL this game! LOL this game! LOL this game! Should I trust the boy or kill him? How do you kill a boy, man? I tried. You can't kill him in your version. Yeah, you can't kill the boy. See, typical fans of this game. They're so stupid. They're like, kill the little shit. Kill the boy and a different story happens. How? You can't kill the boy. I tried so many times you can't kill the boy. What are you talking about, you idiot? If I played this game last year, Sniper is definitely the only viable option. At least for me. I went Sniper, then also locked out on RG for my other guns. Ended up having a blast since I was actually equipped to fight most of everything. The deal with it pop-up, honestly, yeah, it's extremely bad. Because the thing is, if you make your game hard, like, you know, you need to own up to it. You don't need to, like, antagonize the player, which I think the developers didn't realize that, but whatever. Armor Shrine is bugged, is it? Apparently there's a bugged item. What? The shrines are moved around depending on what class you are. Wait, what? Each class except the Curse and Wonder get an extra shrine during the tutorial. Oh, fantastic! Apparently they fucked up in one of the patches. They fucked up a shrine. It's not over there. Okay. Anyways, let's go to some reviews. 1 to 10. If you don't play shooter like Souls, go to Remnant 1 and 2. Don't waste time on this shit. The game is ass. I bought it only for the foil badge. Too long I didn't read. I never played a game that actively hates its players as much as this one. Do not play unless you hate yourself. This is not a challenge, it's not a dare, this game is only frustration and anguish. Just list a few of the problems. No pause for a single player offline game. I have to agree in this case, because in the case of this game, a lot of times I felt like, I don't know, it's a Souls-like, so of course, you know, this is not needed, the single player offline thing. Although in the case of Dark Souls, people forget. Dark Souls games don't have a pause system because of the multiplayer system that is always, like, trying to connect and stuff. That's a whole different story. Because, you know, in Secure you could pause, right? Like, so From Software it doesn't care about the pause system, it's easier to do it for the online thing. The thing is, no pause for a single player game. I'm gonna say this. Your character pauses when you open the menu. In a Souls-like game, you don't pause when you open the menu, so the developers already failed at this, you know? Like, I think if you're not gonna let the player pause, you should let the player press the inventory button and keep on walking. You should let at least do that. But the developers didn't because, again, they didn't understand Souls-like games, they didn't play them. They don't understand Souls-like games. They don't have the capacity to understand. Because they have too much free healthcare, unfortunately. Unskippable credits and final cutscene. That is true, although thankfully the credits are small, but still... Being forced to play the game sometimes if you want 100%. So I'm gonna guess for like achievements and stuff, right? Enemies juggling you with no hope of getting free. This is true. This game has this problem where a lot of times, how do you say it? A lot of times an enemy will hit you, and if they stagger you, you have an animation as you're falling down, and an animation when you're getting up. You can't roll out of the like if you're on the ground, you can't roll. People always forget this. When in a 3D game, when you fall on the ground, you have iframes. You can't get hit. That's the balance. A lot of 3D games nowadays are forgetting this, that when you're on the floor, you get hit, you're supposed to be immune to damage. Because that's like the back in the day when you get hit by an enemy in Mario games, you start blinking and you don't take damage for like 1 second or 2. In 3D games, we transferred that to the player getting stun locked on the floor, so they don't get juggled. Except in this game, your character gets hit, they start flying like a Bollywood actor, they fall on the ground, and during all this time they're taking extra damage, and as they're getting up, they also get hit. You can't dodge roll out of the floor. So already this game is failing at every aspect of a Souls-like game. Literally no plot at all. This is true. The plot is nonsense because I can defend myself on this because A, the plot, the start and the end don't make any sense, they don't match. If you pay attention to the plot, they just talk about the characters, they don't talk about their motivations, who they are, what they did, why they did that. It's just complete nonsense. But the thing is, the start and the end don't match up, especially with the final boss. It doesn't match up even to the previous ending cutscene where you're the dad doing whatever you did. And last but not least, because half of the text in the game is literally a reference to like movies like Blade Runner. The developers just memed so hard and they made references that basically the story is complete nonsense. Maybe next time you guys actually should try hiring real writers, Stuttering and graphical problems. Again, this is because of the Stingray engine, and this game came right when the Stingray engine was just going offline. This is when it came out. And I'm pretty sure, unlike Arrowhead Studios, the developers don't even know how to... I'm pretty sure this game doesn't have C++ in it at all. Like anything for the game. I'm pretty sure they're translating to the Lua to the C++. I'm pretty sure this studio doesn't have the competence to actually use Stingray engine, especially now it's unsupported. I'm pretty sure of that. Unwinnable fights that you have to just pray to get through. This is kind of true and not true at the same time. Unwinnable fights. I would say that basically the plant boss, it's unwinnable because it's very badly balanced. Like the developers are, the plant boss fight, honestly, I don't need to explain anything. Like it was on the screen. It was unfair. They clearly are pushing to the limit as to how you're supposed to play the game, but they don't understand that you have reload times, you have this, you have that, you have a lot of limits. I think what the developers want you to do is to basically explore the game. Basically, I know what's happening here. What the developers want you to do is to use a sniper rifle because it has long distance, to use a shotgun at close range distance, because the assault rifles, they don't have the distance to shoot. They don't have the distance. They're not accurate, so you can't use the assault rifles. And assault rifles also don't let you use other weapons. Basically, assault rifles force you to use, Assault rifles only let you use, the assault rifles and the submachine guns. That's it. If you go shotgun and sniper rifle, you actually have more variety of weapons to use, ironically enough. And most importantly, you can use melee weapons. In case it's not clear, if you don't go with shotguns, you can't use melee weapons because there's only 2 other melee weapons that use finesse and stuff. All of them require strength. I don't know what the developers did here, honestly. They're so stupid that they made the game difficult, so difficult, just for the sake of making it difficult, that they forgot melee weapons need strength. And then they put 2 random weapons with no poise damage near the end of the game. This is honestly this game, if you look at it, it has literally 1 year of development. I don't believe this. I think games usually are more in the 2 to 3 years. It is pretty bad. I mean, the fact that the developers didn't the developers put in the meme, deal with it, and they didn't care about the fact that there's no melee weapons for 90% of the classes unless they use strength. So if you get strength, you're gonna get shotgun. If you get shotgun, you'll get that overpowered attack that basically one-shots things once you charge it. And with a shotgun, because you lack distance, you're gonna get the sniper rifle. Literally, there's 3 or 4, 2 classes of weapons are the only viable ones that synergize. All the other classes, they don't work. They literally don't work, because why would you use the assault rifle if you don't have the distance and if you don't have the damage close by? Literally, I chose the wrong weapons at the start that made the game unbearable. Remember, deal with it. Remember, you're not a real man if you do not play this game. Just remember that. Hit scan stun weapons that open you up for any and all other attacks. The weapons are not hit scan. They can't scan like hit scan stun you. The weapons. Basically, what is happening here is the timing, because like enemies teleport lots of times. Like also because of your distance. Basically, the developers forgot that weapons like this, when they have travel distance, like the sniper rifles. The sniper rifles should be instant, like they should be hit scan. Except the laser should be the indicator. Because a lot of times I dodge and I still get hit because, the bullet is traveling to me. How do I predict when the bullet is gonna hit me when I'm running away from the bullet and I'm looking at the screen in a different place? I have no idea, but this is an example of how the developers, they didn't know what they're doing with the game. Also, by the way, the bullets home, they curve. So again, there's no skill here involved. Extreme limited crafting materials is stunt weapon making. Yeah, this is true. By the end of the game, I literally had just barely enough materials to maybe maximize 3 or 4 weapons. And one of them was a mistake, but I'm just saying. You barely get the resources to craft something. Because even in Dark Souls games, you can farm for the last tier of upgrades. So I have no idea what is happening here. I think the damage is actually done correctly. The weapon does the damage, you need to upgrade it, but yeah, because of limited materials, this unfortunately goes back to the problem where you cannot upgrade the weapon properly to test it out. Also, this is another problem. You can't test out the weapons to see what style you like. If you don't have the stats, you can't, and you only have one respec. Because I guess Dark Souls 3 was a stupid game. By the way, I just want to make this clear. Dark Souls 3 is actually easier than this game, okay? Let that sink in for a minute. Deal with it. You die in less than a couple of seconds, almost everyone to start to end. This is true. I called this at the start, and it turns out I was right near the end because this happened with a level 1 enemy. Here, enemies, they basically apply a debuff. The first hit never does a lot of damage. If you notice something, if an enemy hits you, even with a shotgun, if you avoid the shotgun and you get hit by 1 bullet, it doesn't do any damage. It barely does damage. If you get hit by an enemy like the assault rifle guys with 1 shot, barely damage. But if you notice something, if you get hit twice with 2 bullets, the second bullet is doing more damage. It's exponentially doing more damage. Every time I get hit by multiple shots that I shouldn't lose 10% life from, if you think about it. Because, if I have, for example, if I have 433 HP, 433, you're gonna tell me the enemies at the start all the way to the end are doing 100 damage or 200 damage. That's not what's happening. What is happening is they're applying a debuff exponentially. It's like you're going into critical mode once you get hit. It's like, in Dark Souls instability. You get hit once, and basically after that, they exponentially increase the damage until there's a certain limit that almost 2-shots you. So yeah, that's why this is unfair. Basically, this game doesn't require any skill. You need to brute force it with a sniper rifle. Clunky controls, this is also true. When you start running, just an example of the clunky controls, when you start running, you lose camera controls. In Resident Evil, what is it? People know exactly what I mean when I say 5. Yeah, this one. In Resident Evil 5, when you run, they do that fake thing, where your character cannot move, to give the feeling that you're running. There's a penalty to running. So in this game, in Resident Evil 5, when you run, you can't move left or right that easily, but you can still aim. You can still aim with the game. That's what you can do. In Unchained Immortal, because the control input is tied to the aim, the speed of your character, when you're running and you try to aim, you can't aim, but when you stop moving, for a second or two, you can aim really fast, and then you lose your aim power. So basically what is happening is a lot of time you're losing delay after almost inputs. Yeah, this is what's happening. Each input carries over its previous input to the new input. So in the case of clunky controls, when you're running, you can't move left or right efficiently. So when you aim, you suddenly gain a lot of speed aiming, you almost aim instantly. And then at the same time, after a while, you lose the super speed of aiming. So you can never really aim correctly. Plus with the hitboxes being the way they are, that sometimes they don't hit anything, like right at point blank, it kind of makes it almost impossible to deal with the inputs and clunky controls. And oh, the frame rate. The frame rate is tied directly to the inputs. It's not detached like the Unreal Engine. Enemy weapons hit you even if it should be outside their hitbox. This is because of the lingering hitboxes. Any weapon that has lingering hitboxes will always hit you during your dodges. I have no idea why this is a thing. Reloads that don't reload because it got hit, move, Brett is wrong. Yeah, this one, it's because the reload is not the reload that you see on the icon. It's slightly more. So when you think you finished reloading, you actually didn't. You need to wait like half a second for the reload to be completely done. Otherwise, it will reset your ammo. I have no idea why that's a thing, but it is. You have to pay in-game currency for every fast travel point. Again, I pointed this out. The game wants you to grind the levels. So it forces you to backtrack on the backtrack. Remember what this game is doing. It wants you to go through the level where you don't have, like, for example, the keys to open the doors. Like also unlock checkpoints or like fast travel. Sorry, not fast travel, like shortcuts. All that kind of stuff. That's what the game wants you to do. And then, halfway through the game, they're like, oh, you got new materials. You might want to unlock a few new chests. You know, if you can remember which ones you want to. So over there, you backtrack again and unlock the shortcuts, which is grindy. And then like unlock the chests. Maybe you have the item, maybe you don't know. But basically you're backtracking into a backtrack and unlocking checkpoints so you can teleport later on. 5,000 XP is nothing, that's fine. But, I mean, that is honestly too much. You have to pay game currency to unlock levels. I don't know what this means, man. Oh my god, no, wait, sorry, you're right. I'm so sorry, Kodiak. You're right. You need to unlock the levels. Yeah, you need to unlock the levels. You need to pay currency to unlock the levels. Again, this is what I mean. The developers want you to grind. That's their way to mitigate the difficulty of the game. They're forcing to grind constantly in the game, if you notice, like with the backtracking, with the weird pacing. Enemies shoot you off the screen constantly. Enemies don't shoot you off the screen constantly. What is happening is because the game's engine is bad, it's not loading the enemies at a distance. Like, you look over there, there's no enemy, you go like 2 meters, and a suddenly an enemy spawns. It's because the game cannot render the enemies until you're in an area. And by the way, a few times happened this, where I was in an area, enemies spawned, and I just ran, and more enemies spawned, and my frame rates actually got worse. So yeah, it's because of the frame rates, okay? It's because of the frame rates. Enemy projectiles curve towards you after they fire. Well, Dark Souls 2 apparently was a masterpiece, even though it's a shitty piece of game, but okay. Enemy melee attacks auto-track you even if you roll out of the way. This is true. You basically need to roll, like, literally at the end of the attack in order to break off the thing. Also, because the enemy is always auto-tracking you, shooting them in a weak spot is almost impossible. Which, by the way, it's hilarious. Again, don't, deal with it. But it doesn't make any sense why in the future, you have enemies with their backs basically with a weak spot. Also, if you think about it, this is stupid. Like, basically, imagine if Dark Souls, the only way to defeat an enemy is to constantly hit them in the backside, like with a backstab, That's what this entire game is. Basically, it's Dark Souls. It's Dark Souls 1 gameplay with the Dark Souls 2 gameplay, and with the Dark Souls 3, like Dark Souls 3 times 3 difficulty. That's what it is. This game is honestly very stupid. You can tell the developers made all these decisions with the auto-attack, the weak spot, yada, after Dark Souls 3. Because they wanted to copy this game without thinking, why need to copy this game? Need to level up strength, melee only stat to hold some weapons. This is also true. The entire leveling up system, they should have retaught this because they just copied Dark Souls without understanding why this entire system doesn't work. Like the stats, honestly, they should have changed them completely. They should have done something new, something unique. Like they should have thought about that. I mean, I can understand strength for melee weapons, but maybe just get rid of the melee weapons. It doesn't add anything. Like, can't you have the guns, like you melee with the guns? The shotguns could, like, do a melee, with a bayonet. Something like that. They should have just forgotten about the melee weapon. Like, it doesn't even work. The melee weapons, if it doesn't have stagger, don't use it. There's no point to it. The entire point of the melee weapon is to stagger enemies. Except also, the stronger melee weapons stagger enemies already. So, I don't know what they did over here. Almost invisible fall traps that cause stun and huge damage. This is true, because also part of the problem are the graphics. If you don't disable the color grading, it's literally impossible to see the traps. Let that sink in for a minute. The traps rely on you having a graphical option enabled. That's what it is. Enemies mock you when they kill you. Pretty funny, but also screw you. For me, it's not funny because the game doesn't have the quality to sustain that. Listen, in Dark Souls, if the Twin Princes kill me, I mean, that's a bad example because they teleport and I hate teleporting enemies. But if the Twin Princes teleport and kill me, and then they're like, what a little bitch, you know, they say that, it might be funny. But this game cannot be funny because it doesn't have the quality, the pedigree. Like, I can't respect the developers, you know? Also, it's cringe. Like this game came out in 2018, you know? Like, let me just Google something. When did Deal With It come out? The Deal With It meme is so old, right? It's so old. Yeah, like it's almost 14 years by now. It's 14 years! Like, my god, it was outdated before it even came out. You see, typical Nordic European countries, their humor is outdated by at least 10, 20 years. This is just a few came to mind. It's not a matter of get good. I bit all way new game plus, but I'm an idiot. Do not be like me. Yeah, I won't be like you, don't worry. It took you only 42 hours, actually. Good for you. The art style is so good? Not really, because of the graphical options. But yeah. Also, yeah, this is something else. If you notice something, all the enemies are like in different places to stop you from speedrunning, kind of like Dark Souls 2. In case people don't know, in Dark Souls 2, if you pay attention, compared to the Skull of the First Sin, in Dark Souls 2, if you watch a speedrun, you'll notice the speedrun that people are doing, right? You'll notice that. But here's the thing. In Dark Souls 2 Skull of the First Sin, if you notice something, they break the speedrun. The way they set up the level with the enemies and like the archers and stuff, it's to stop the player from speedrunning. Here's the thing. This game does that. This game has the specific enemies with specific ranges in certain areas, especially with like the fall damage that you take, which is a lot, by the way. They do all of that to make sure you, the player, can never speed on an area. And if you don't have enough iframes, you basically cannot like even survive the first 5 seconds of an encounter in an area. Taco says this is possibly the most underrated games on Steam. Remember, it's an underrated game on Steam. It's great if you like Dark Souls and third-person shooters. For 10, you can't go wrong. For that 10, you can literally pay your... Only 2 reviews. What do you review, you loser? For $10, this is good? Are you serious? I mean, I guess nowadays money is not worth anything, just like you, but still. There are a few rough patches where you're basically going to get one shot, but if you collect upgrades, you end up OP. Again, this doesn't make any sense because you're always getting 1 or 2 shot every time. It doesn't change. It never changes. The second half of the game, the exploration is tense and exciting, except the bugs, such as it not showing where you need to go. The end of the game is a bit slog, but pretty few new bits of lore. Again, the lore doesn't match up with the start, so shut the fuck up, your opinion is wrong. This game tries to be a replacement for Too Human, and well, it isn't. The map is easy to get lost in because no visuals, no color, no style, everything looks the same. Only finished the game to nullify. I didn't like it because I couldn't get good stigma. Okay. Honestly, 60% is too much. 60% is too much. This game should be 40. It doesn't do anything good. I mean, the fact alone that at the start the hairstyles suck, honestly, yeah. But whatever, here we are playing games like this. Well, G2G, deal with it. Remember, deal with it. A 13-year-old meme. Just remember that, okay? A 13-year-old meme. It was outdated before this game was even a thing. That's where we are. Okay.